Pastor Jerry here with another book review. This one is Tim Keller's book, The Meaning of Marriage, which he wrote with his wife, Kathy Keller. Now, I don't agree with Tim Keller in everything, especially on some social justice issues. But when it comes to this book about the meaning of marriage, I think he does a great job, especially in a culture that has lost its understanding. What is marriage? What's the big deal? Why is it important? And dealing with these concepts that a lot of us, a lot of young people, especially if you're a millennial or a Gen Z, they have a lot of these misunderstand what marriage is and how it will work. And so it really works good for those people who really don't have a good concept of what marriage is and have a lot of misconceptions. The first chapter really I mean, one of the things he first does is right away addresses the issues of contemporary view of marriage and how a lot of marriages are a lot of people aren't getting married, but instead of cohabitating, and the problem with that, and why marriage is actually key to having a successful life. And so, and then how does that work? And what does God have to do about it? What does this have to do with covenant? And what about a correct view about sex in marriage and stuff? And so, this book really addresses a lot of those issues. And to be honest, when when I know someone's about to get married, this is one of the books I give young couples to read. Where I was marrying them, or if it's a friend or family, this is a book I give because it helps them starting to wrestle through those things that they've never thought about. And let me just kind of give you a quick reading of the back of the book here. It says, based on the acclaimed sermon series by New York Times bestseller author Timothy Keller, this book shows every Christian, skeptics, and singles, long-time married couples, and those about to get engaged, the vision of what marriage should be according to the Bible. Now, I want to just stop there because he reminded me, one of the things he said, this is written for if you are married, if you're about to get married, or if you're single. And if you're single, you still need to consider this stuff because as you're looking for someone to marry or you're considering marriage, you need to have these ideas in. If you wait till you are married and you struggle, you could have saved yourself a lot by reading a book like this. The back of the book continues says a modern culture would have you believe that everyone has a soulmate, that romance is the most important part of successful marriage, that your spouse is there to help you realize your potential, that marriage does not mean forever, but merely for now. The starting over after a divorce is the best solution, seemingly intractable marriage issues, but these modern day assumptions are wrong. Timothy Keller, with insights from Kathy, his wife of 35 years, shows marriage to be a glorious relationship that is also misunderstood, mysterious. The meaning of marriage offers instruction on how to have a successful marriage is essential reading from anyone who wants to know God and to love more deeply in this life. Uh, I really like this book. I would encourage you to read this book. As you can see, uh, I have these are actually workbook studies that workbook studies I have in here that I have. If you want, and really they're just and they're for each chapter. I actually I've done a small group. We went through this book, and we kind of went through it. And I create these little worksheets for people because it's good highlight points in each chapter to walk away from, and really helps you rethink about what is marriage and how often a lot of our concept of marriage are come from our culture and what we saw from our parents, but that it should not stay there. That we really need to see biblically how marriage should work, and that some things we have to learn. One of the biggest things I remember reading from this book, and after I read it, I talked to some people about it. They learned the same thing: is that often when you come in marriage, the husband has what his expectation what marriage is, and he got that from his parents. The wife comes into marriage and comes with her expectation what marriage is, and she got from her parents. And so they get these two perspectives that they got from the parents, and now they're together. And often those ideas of marriage and sometimes can clash in certain expectations. And so really you have to build what marriage means for you two and under a biblical perspective. And so there's some things that your parents did that you won't be able to do because that's just not how your family's going to operate. There's some things the wife, her parents did that you're not going to do because that's not. You have to develop your own family unit to some degree, even though your parents love and support you. Your marriage is not your parents' marriage. Your marriage is not her parents' marriage. Your marriage is your marriage, and as long as it's God center, that's the important thing. And so I really recommend this book. Um, Timothy Keller, The Meaning of Marriage. I highly recommend it. I can't say enough good things about the book. Just kind of give you an idea of the content. The first one is The Secret of Marriage. Two, The Power for Marriage. Three, The Essence of Marriage. Four, The Mission of Marriage. Five, Loving the Stranger. Six, Embracing the Other. Seven, Singleness and Marriage. And eight, Sex and Marriage. And so this is a real good book. Highly recommend it. If you haven't read it, I suggest you pick up and read it. If you're thinking about getting married, pick it up and read it. If you know someone who's going to be getting married, great book to give out. This is just a real good book. And like I said, I don't agree with everything Tim Keller teaches, but in this book, I think he does a real good job. And so I highly recommend this book. Uh, all right. Well, have a great day and God bless.